to show you a really effective and inexpensive way to ship standard comic books. This would be if you're shipping a Silver Age comic, let's say, or a high-grade modern age comic, something that you don't want it to get damaged. You don't want to take a chance that it's going to get damaged. Well, here's an effective way to do that and still keep the postage costs within a first class shipping rate. And so I have a flexible Tyvek type bag that I purchased online. Uline is a great place to get these. You have to buy them in large quantities, or even eBay. You can find sellers who will be selling 100 of these, in one lot. And then I've got a rigid piece of plywood, and this is something you have to use a table saw to make. You could also use a pressed wood. In the maybe worst case scenario, you could use 2 thick pieces of 250 test corrugated cardboard, but I chose to use a 1/4 piece of plywood, and this keeps the comic from being able to be flexed to where the spine gets the damage that takes its value away. So here I have a high-grade modern age comic book that someone has ordered, and I want to keep it in that high grade. The way I ensure that, I slip it in the plastic bag with facing up, and then I put the piece of plywood on top of it, and I'm able to seal down onto the plywood like that. And then, so here we have protected all the edges, and we protect it from flex, from being able to flex. And then I tape it, and this keeps it from being able to shift side to side. And then I take another piece. Of course, all this is personal preference. This is what I found really works. This keeps it from being able to slip out from behind it. And then you got this unit like that. And now I have here a press board envelope, and I take and slip the comic book in, just like so, and then I'll seal it. And this will weigh about 11 to 12 ounces, and so the break-off point for first class is 13 ounces. So here's the finished product. It actually cost $3.11 because it weighed in at 11 ounces. Again, the break-off point for first class is 13 ounces. So if it weighs more than 13 ounces, you've got to ship via priority mail, and that could cost $5 to $9 depending on where it is in the country that you're shipping to. Whereas first class is one rate for anywhere in the United States, even including Puerto Rico and Hawaii and Alaska. So if you can get it under 13 ounces, it's to your benefit, especially if you're shipping hundreds and hundreds of comics over time. It really adds up, and they still get it. With first class, they still get it in 3 days, 2 to 3 days. And also make it look good. Like I've printed this off using like Print Shop on stickers, and so it looks like getting my logo. And I put the Do Not Bend on. Even like here's another comic going out. I ship everything like this, but this one doesn't have the value. It's a low grade, a fine or very fine, near mint type comic that sells for a few bucks. I ship it in here, and this weighs probably 6 ounces without the plywood in it, and this is probably $2 to ship, $2.15. But for $3 plus, I get this, which is as good as putting it in a box. It cannot bend. It can get knocked around a little bit, and you're not going to damage the edges and corners of your comic book. And I put on packing slip in the back where they can see it. Even though I could slip it inside, I usually put it out here because it just looks really good.